Hello. Somebody got a present. Somebody got a present. Come here, co-host. Come here, come say hi. There you go. Hello. I'm the boy. I'm the chicken. I'm the one that's here. I'm the chicken. We got a present. And welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Kristina. This is where we read books and talk about books. No special effects going on here. No special editing, no theme music, none of that stuff going on. Just reading books, talking books. I'd appreciate it if you check out my Star Trek Next Generation recaps every single Friday. We did Time's Arrow 1 and 2, and we did Realm of Fear, and we did The Man of Something. I forget. Please check those out. I had to do them all twice because of video issues. Hopefully it's been fixed. Hopefully this will work too. And also If Thens on Fridays, thrillers and suspense, and some other good ones coming up. So please check that out. And also don't forget to check out Flashback Monday, where we talk about all the books in this magazine. Usually I'm averaging 60 or 70 a show, sometimes more. But they did over 200, sometimes almost 300 books a month. And I take 5 or 6 or more from Regency, historicals, paranormals, contemporary romance, inspirational, sci-fi, contemporary romance, all of it. Suspense. So please check out those videos. And we are also reading James Patterson's Alex Cross series. And we are reading C.S. Harris St. Cyr series. And we are reading, Warm Heart in Winter, J.R. Ward, Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Oh, look, my pages are folded. Well, that just sucks. This is Blay and Quinn. They are, be prepared for spoilers. I love to get spoilers. So when I do a mystery or murder mystery, I don't ruin the whodunit. But with these type of books, I ruin the whodunit. Well, not the whodunit, but I just talk about the whole book. So this is Blay and Quinn's book. They are in the middle of a really severe snowstorm. There's over 3 feet of snow on the ground, and we are dealing with some personal issues here. This is book 18 and a half. I think we finished Sinner, and I don't remember what the next one is, but we'll get to it. So this is book 18 and a half with J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood. This book features Quinn and Blay and their relationship, and it has a lot of the brothers in it. It has a lot of the family in it, so it's good that way. It's good to catch up on the status of your other peoples. And let me just do this real quick. I'm hidden. There we go. So, shoot. So we start the book out, and I was a little confused. I didn't get it till much later on in the book. We start off with Ellie and her sister, and they took the car out, and they're underage, and they're not supposed to take the car out from their father. And they had a little bit of an incident, and they ended up in the ditch, and they couldn't figure out how to get out. And we also have Quinn remembering all the stuff with his brother, all the stuff with his family, how his brother went through the change, and how his brother got the family ring, and how Quinn's family treated him, how because he had the 2 different colored eyes, they wouldn't even, talk to him or address him, or he didn't get any nice things. He got the bare essentials. He was treated like a servant in their house. He was ignored most of the time. So we get a little bit of a flashback on that. And so Terry and Ellie are in the car, and they've had their little incident, and this tow truck is over they notice it about 1,000 or 2,000 feet away. Ellie gets out of the car to go ask the tow truck guy to help, and he's a really scary looking guy. And she's like, oh, I'm dead, he's gonna kill us, he's a mass murderer. She gets all these ideas in her head, and he actually ends up, before he gets to help them, before it's revealed who he is to us, he gets attacked by a bunch of guys who think they're, their stuff doesn't stink or whatever, and they do injure our tow truck driver. And it turns out to be Quinn. It turns out to be Quinn that's injured, and it was Quinn that was the tow truck driver that saves the two girls. And so then Zadist comes and rescues Quinn after he's injured. And so we have that going on. And then Quinn is in the ER, and Blay goes to see him. And there's a little interesting conversation. I didn't write the exact page down, so I won't share it too much. But Biddy has a conversation with Blay, and she puts an idea in his head, and he thinks about it almost the entire book. So that is something, there's a little bit of a thing at the end of the book that I will leave for you. So Quinn has to have surgery. He goes into the ER. While he's there, Blay runs into his Quinn's brother Lucas, and Lucas had ended up losing the bottom half of his leg due to all the stuff that happened with the Lessers. And he's still got PST. I mean, he was held captive for a very, very long time, and he's not in a very good headspace at all. He's got a lot of woe is me, which he's entirely entitled to, because he was just tortured for a very, very long time. And how he survived all that time, we don't know. But he's in serious need of some counseling and support from the rest of the family. And they try, but they got so much busy with their lives that maybe they didn't do enough. I'm not exactly sure. So Ellie is very upset about what she did the night before. She's stressing out that her father's going to find out. And so when her father comes down the next day, and she expects he doesn't know anything about what happened, and he never does. But you think for a minute, because Ellie's sitting there stressing up the yin-yang, that her father's going to call her out on this and going to rank on her. And then they end up discussing the fact that the father's got a new girlfriend. And she's a new significant person in his life, and he may or may not one day marry this woman. He's been dating her quite a while, and they've been doing a lot of sleepovers. So Ellie gets really bent out of shape over that information. She's really hurt. So she decides, because they've had the snowstorm, and they've got all that snow out there, she decides to put on a pair of skis, and she skis over to her mother's apartment. And she gets to her mother's apartment, and her mother's pretty much in a bad way, mentally. She's no food in the house. The lights are on. She's in her pajamas. She's got a real case of depression going on. Ellie ends up leaving there and going home. And so they have this big snowstorm, and the snowstorm injures the shutters. The shutters aren't going to come down for the day. So they have a couple heroic efforts by Blay. He gets a little hurt. Balthazar comes in, says he's a thief, and he used to climb the scale the walls and stuff as a thief, and he would be helpful in repairing the shutters. So they do that. They lose electricity. Rune, another one, restores the generators. He works on them. V and Balthazar work on the shutters, and Balthazar falls, and V brings him back. But Balthazar says something to V that gets his head going and puts him in a bad headspace. So he's got to check on something. And Mary's going to talk with him about that. So you'll have to read about that. So then Zadist is remembering his past. And Mary talks to him about the stuff. And Ellie is upset about the fact that her mother is not in a good place. And then they discover that Lucas is missing, and Quinn is very upset. They all gather in the office, and V goes through the security footage, and they find that Lucas went out the tunnels outside, no coat, no jacket, no nothing. He had his cane, he had his prosthesis on, that's it. So they go out and they find Lucas's body. It is, Quinn has a couple of serious moments here. It feels it's his fault, that he has survivor's guilt. He feels he didn't do enough for his brother, didn't listen enough, wasn't there enough for him. And on the other hand, you have to look at the fact that Lucas wasn't there for Quinn their entire lives. That Lucas didn't pay attention to Quinn, didn't try and comfort Quinn, even though the parents treated Quinn like shit. So, I mean, it is kind of twofold. But in the end, it was Quinn who rescued Lucas, who rescued him, got him the help he needed. And then Lucas is still in his headspace. He was captured for, and he finds out the whole family was slaughtered and the whole 9 yards here. So Lucas is going through a tremendous lot. So he goes out and freezes to death out in the snow. And I won't say Lassiter. Quinn beats Lassiter up the first time. Over some certain issues. And then later on, Quinn thanks Lassiter for this other thing that Lassiter did that he didn't have to do, but he did it for Quinn. So there's a whole thing there. And you will shed a tear or two or three. You might need a couple of tissues in this. Then Lucas left Quinn a letter, and Quinn delays in opening the letter for a few weeks, and when Quinn finally does open up the letter with Blay at his side, they discover some things. Then you discover what Ellie and her sister and her father have to do with the whole story. I'll leave that little bit of mystery to you to read. And we also have a cute, so we have a sad ending and a happy ending. Sort of, kind of. So please stay tuned for the next Black Dagger Brotherhood book. See that coming up in a couple days. We'll get with the C.S. Harris Sincere series. And look forward to Mr. Patterson in a couple of days, too. So if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Have a good day. Thank you.